The Penn State legend Trace McSorley was drafted in the 6th round in the 2019 draft by the Baltimore Ravens. He's also notorious for having one of the greatest songs in the COVID era. In his NFL career, he's only thrown for 500 yards and 1 touchdown to 5 interceptions. Doesn't sound too exciting, right? But today we're going to be putting Trace McSorley on the San Francisco 49ers in Madden 25 to save his NFL career. Can the music legend get it done? What's going on, Who Days fam? We are back with again another banger. Today we have Trace McSorley, and we're going to be making him the greatest quarterback in NFL history in Madden 25. I decided to put him on the San Francisco 49ers for multiple reasons. A lot of people like to assume Brock Purdy is a system quarterback, and today we're going to find out if that is true or false. Trace McSorley is a 56 overall. I also decided to give him Superstar X Factor and lower his age to 23. Now, yes, they may be cheating, but let me explain that. Trace McSorley was 29 years old and he had normal dev. He would have started regressing and he was only a 56, so by the end of the simulation, he probably would have been like a 51 overall. So I did want to give us some realism, obviously, so I did go ahead and give him Superstar X Factor and lowered his age, just for the video purpose. That's not his actual age and ability, obviously, but he has 84 throw power, 65 throw deep, 65 medium, 72 short, and 61 awareness. He also has 87 speed, 87 excel, and 83 agility with 65 carrying. But the whole goal here is obviously to make Trace McSorley the greatest quarterback of all time in the 4 years we do have in the simulation. And first thing I want to do is trade Brock Purdy and get some value out of him because it is an 85 overall. I don't just want to keep him on the roster as a backup. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find the perfect fit for Brock Purdy, and we're going to get some assets back in return. Now, is this realistic? I'd say so, but we're trading Brock Purdy to the New York Giants for 2 first-round picks, 1 this year and 1 next year. That is the top value we can get. And yes, I know the Niners probably aren't going to use these picks, but considering it's the Giants picks, as long as they're bad, we're going to have a top pick in the NFL draft for the next 2 years. But they do add Brock Purdy, so that is going to increase their win total. But I'm fine with it. Hey, he was literally just going to sit on the roster and not play at all, but we did get something for him. 2 firsts is a lot. Let's not forget we also have CMC at a 99 overall, one of the best running back in the game right now. We also have Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel Sr. now. For some reason, he did decide to add that to his last name. Also have Jawan Jennings, Ricky Purcell, and Jacob Crowley. I also forgot to mention Kyle Juszczyk, 88 overall, 33 years old, a fullback. The best offensive line Trace McSorley will ever see in his career. We have 36-year-old, 99 overall Trent Williams. We also have Aaron Banks at a 73, John Feliciano at a 75, Dominic Pooney at a 70, and Colton McSwitz at a 73. So maybe I was wrong. Definitely not the best offensive line. The only good side of it is basically his blind side at Trent Williams at a 99. We also have Nick Bosa on defense at a 96 overall, Javon Hargraves 84 overall DT, Fred Warner at a 97 middle linebacker, Dre Greenlaw 87 right outside linebacker, Jadavius Ward at a 92 cornerback. We have Lenore at an 83, also a cornerback, Isaac Yiadom. Also, I figured out why not. We might as well trade these draft picks because, I mean, if we're trying to compete right now, I don't see Trace McSorley really doing much with this offensive line. I thought it was a lot better than what it is, but I guess not. I guess Trent Williams is the only bright side, and he's only 36 years old, so I say only as if this dude's not about to retire after this year. So we're going to go ahead and try to add some offensive line capital. So we pretty much need every position on the offensive line other than left tackle. So we might as well go for a left guard and upgrade his blind side even more. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and trade our first round pick this year, the pick we just got from the Giants, to the Philadelphia Eagles for Landon Dickerson, left guard, 85 overall. So that's going to upgrade the blind side, like I said, and now we're looking good on the left side of the line. Now we just need a center, right guard, and right tackle. That's pretty much a long way to go, but let's see if we can get it done. Not sure why it took this much to get a 77 overall center, but we're going to trade a 3rd this year, a 3rd in 2027, and a 4th in 2027 to the Cleveland Browns for Ethan Pivik. 77 overall center, not the best, but that is what we can afford right now, and we probably shouldn't have upgraded, but we'll definitely move some of these positions around for sure. So that's going to be it. This is all the moves we're going to do year number 1. We're going to add Landon Dickerson and Ethan Pivik at center. I also moved John Feliciano to right guard. So let's go ahead and hope that Trace McSorley can get it done for the Niners in year number 1. Probably not, but I just hope this is nothing like the Josh Rosen simulation where this dude is like 1-16. So at the end of year number 1, we won the division with a 9-8 record. The rest of the division going 7-10. This is a great start to the simulation because in the Josh Rosen video, we won a total of 9 games in 4 years. This is already better in 1 season. And we're taking on the Dallas Cowboys in the wildcard round. And in year number 1, not a great season from Trace McSorley, but once again, this is only year number 1. He throws for 3.1k yards, 23 touchdowns with 15 picks, and a 64% completion percentage percentage, not the best, but it's definitely great to see he's doing better than Josh Rosen did in 4 years in total. He's already having a positive start to his career. CMC runs for over 1.5k yards and 9 touchdowns. Then McSorley adds 247 on the ground. Brandon Ayuk, 57 catches, 841 yards and 10 touchdowns. Juwan Jennings, 56 catches, 669 yards and a touchdown. Deebo Samuel Sr., 47, 627 and 5. George Kittle, 46 catches, 510 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then CMC, 30 catches, 313 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I am so happy that we did upgrade that offensive line, because everyone we added pretty much allowed under 4 sacks. Ethan Powick only allowing 4 at center, and then Landon Dickerson only allowing 2. So that was definitely a great move from us. Leonard Floyd led the defense in sacks with 7 this season, and then Hufanga had 3 interceptions with Tre'Davious Ward and Brown. This is definitely a good sign to see that our team did do pretty good in year number 1, and we definitely have room for improvement, but we are taking on the Dallas Cowboys in the first round of the playoffs. Let's see if Trace McSorley can get it done in year number 1 and get us a playoff win, one more than Josh Rosen had. So it looks like we do lose to the Cowboys in the wildcard round, but once again, I'm not really too worried. This was only year number 1, and we're already balling out with a 9-8 positive record. Trace McSorley just has to get better from here and on out, but it was definitely a good first year, like I said. Let's go ahead and jump into year number 2, and let's see if this team improved or not. So going into year number 2, here's what our team's looking like. Trace McSorley goes up to a 72, CMC goes down 4 overalls, Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel Sr. are still here, Ricky Purcell goes up to a 77, Juwan Jennings 78. It's good to see that Trent Williams did not retire. Landon Dickerson's at an 86, Ethan Powick stayed as well. We definitely need to grab a left guard. George Kittle is still here at a 96. We didn't really do too much. Our team went down 3 overalls, but I'm not really too worried. As long as Trace McSorley starts progressing, we should be okay. I just took a peep at it. We're also negative $47 million in debt, so we can't really make any trades unless it's for draft picks. So I was going to go ahead and make a trade for a right guard, but we can't afford that right now. So in year number 2, we do win the division again. That's 2 years in a row. Trace McSorley wins the division for the Niners. We finished with a 10-7 record, with the Rams going 8-9, Seattle going 6-11, and the Cardinals going 4-13. We are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in the wildcard round. And what a season from Trace McSorley. He throws for almost 3.7k yards, 24 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions with a 67% completion percentage. I know he's in the Niners offense, but still, this is great. On the ground, CMC runs for 1.3k yards and 20 touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell adds 8 touchdowns as well, and then McSorley also adds 215 yards. Ayuk gets 67 catches for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Deebo gets 73 catches, 853 yards and 3 touchdowns. George Kittle, 58 catches, 627 yards and 6 touchdowns. Juwan Jennings, 42 catches, 551 yards and 3. Then CMC, 41 catches, 382 yards and a touchdown. Offensive line, once again, a phenomenal year from the O-line. Landon Dickerson only allowing 2 sacks. But the most important goal is beating the Eagles in the wildcard round and getting our first playoff win. Let's see if McSorley can get it done. And the Niners and McSorley do get it done as we beat the Eagles in the wildcard round. Now we're taking on the 10-7 Carolina Panthers in the divisional round. Let's see if we can get 2 playoff wins in 2 games. And we get another win, beating the Carolina Panthers. Now we're in the NFC Championship, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I think this is going to be the toughest game we've had all series so far, considering they are like a cheat code in this game, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully McSorley can get it done and we can make a Super Bowl appearance. So it looks like we lost to the Cowboys 28-29, and I'm just now looking, all of these playoff games were decided by 1 or 2 points, so we're not winning by too much, but we are winning. Sucks that we lost by 1 to Dallas, and this is what I love to see. McSorley goes up to an 80 overall now. CMC drops 3 more overalls, now at a 92. Brandon Ayuk goes up 1 at a 93. Deebo Samuel's still here, he's an 88. George Kittle's still here as well. Looks like Ethan Powick took off for free agency. He went elsewhere, but Landon Dickerson's still here. Trent Williams did decide to retire, so the offensive line is not really looking too well other than Landon Dickerson on the left side. Most importantly is obviously making the playoffs and winning a Super Bowl. I don't think this line is built for it, but we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Bosa, Warner, and Hufanga still decided to stay, but other than that, we lost a lot of key players in the D-line. Hargraves is still here at a 75 though, but our team's looking like it did decrease, and our championship window could be closing very soon with CMC starting to regress, and Ayuk and Deebo are going to start doing it as well soon. If we want to win a Super Bowl, it's got to come this year. Let's see if McSorley and the Niners can get it done. At the end of year number 3, we did not make the playoffs, finishing with a 6-11 record. Seattle won the division with a 9-8 record. Rams went 7-10, and the Cardinals 5-12. So no playoff appearance for us this year, but let's see how McSorley did do. Once again, a phenomenal year. He's not throwing too many interceptions, not too many passing yards, but we'll take it. 3.5k yards with 24 touchdowns and 5 picks with a 68% completion percentage. Hey, I'll take it. He's not throwing 23 or 27 interceptions, so CMC on the ground adds 1.2k yards and 8 touchdowns. Trace McSorley also adds 3 tutties in the ground with 335 yards. Ayuk gets 1,111 yards, 1,111, 69 catches, 14 touchdowns. Deebo 65 catches, 753 yards and 5. Kittle gets 57 catches, 644 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ricky Purcell Purcell finally appearing in this offense. 52 catches, 639 yards and a touchdown. And then Christian McCaffrey, 30 catches, 270 yards with no touchdowns. And this was probably the worst year for the offensive line we've had at all during this simulation. Nick Bosa leads the team in sacks with 13 and 7 interceptions for Fred Warner. What a year from him. So once again, not really the year we wanted. We didn't even appear in the playoffs this year, but let's hope going into the final year we could potentially make a run at the Super Bowl once again like we did last year. So in the final year of the simulation, looks like everyone on the team, our star players, are starting to regress other than Trace McSorley, who goes up to an 84 overall. CMC is now down to an 89 overall. Debo's down to an 87, and Kittle goes down 1 overall to a 92. The offensive line looks a lot better than it did last year. It looks like our guys are starting to progress. Ricky Purcell goes up to an 80 overall, and our defensive line just doesn't look like it's going to be it this year. Nick Bosa is the only standout player on this D-line. The rest are just very low overalls, probably won't produce. But as this is the last year of the simulation, let's hope and cross our fingers that we can make one more postseason appearance. I think no matter how the season goes, this simulation was a huge success considering the fact that Trace McSorley made the playoffs twice and he's up to an 84 overall. So in the last year of the simulation, this is by far our worst year yet, as we finish with a 3-14 record. Not really sure how this team is 3-14 capable, but Trace McSorley throws for 3.2k yards, 22 touchdowns, 9 picks, and a 66% completion percentage. So once again, every year in this simulation, Trace McSorley has had a positive season, obviously, so I don't think he's doing bad. I don't think this is all his fault. But CMC on the ground adds 1.1k yards and 15 touchdowns, and McSorley also adds 317. Receiving, Brandon Ayuk 68 catches, 880 yards and 10 touchdowns. Deebo Samuel 70 catches, 852 yards and 6. George Kittle 57 catches, 586 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ricky Purcell 45 catches, 514 yards and 2. And then CMC 33 catches, 277 yards and 1 touchdown. Offensive line wasn't terrible this year, but this is still allowing a lot of sacks. Dre Greenlaw led the team in tackles, and Nick Bosa led the team in sacks with 5.5, and Fred Warner once again leads the team in interceptions. Definitely not the year we wanted for the final year of this simulation, but overall, hey, I'll take it. Trace McSorley finishes the simulation at an 86 overall without the morale. He went up about a good 25 overall, so we'll take that. I will consider this a success. I know we did not win the Super Bowl, but he is an 86 overall. He made it to the playoffs twice. He won 2 playoff games. He had a 2-2 career playoff record as a starter. If you guys did enjoy this video, if you guys want to see more content like this, let me know down in the comments below. As always, I want you guys to leave your suggestions on what kind of videos you guys want me to post. I love looking in the comments and you guys telling me what you guys want to see. That really inspires me or makes me more motivated to make content that you guys want to see. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. I will get that done. Hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and turn those post notifications on so you never miss another video from the GOAT who hates himself. And until next time, it's Tyler signing off. See ya.